What's up guys, this is Kinetic. I'm just going to talk to you guys in this video. I'm going to have some footage playing in the background, but this is just going to be kind of a discussion on some ground knowledge that I want everybody to know. It's important to know this because I'm going to be referencing this stuff a lot in future videos, so I wanted to get this information out there for all of you guys to understand in order to just move on to the more complicated stuff on the ground. I really think the ground game in EA UFC 2 is just absolutely beautiful. I think it's very comparative to how actual Jiu-Jitsu is and how the ground game works. It really is kind of like a belt system in this game, and in order to advance to the next level you need to understand completely all of the information beforehand in order to really have a chance against the high level guys. So let's get right into it. So first off, I want to talk about the three different types of denials that are in the game. They're going to be, it's 100% denial. Well, actually, first would be reactionary. Just you see the denial, your brain processes, takes a certain amount of time in order to process which way you need to go in order to perform the denial, and this timing gets better with muscle memory. But this is probably, I mean, it's definitely the most used denial in the game. It's, you know, you see the transition, you block the transition, and then you wait to see what happens next. One thing I do want to touch on is that there's a ton of variables at play when it comes to UFC 2. These variables, it's like, so stamina is a key factor in everything. If you have a small amount of stamina versus someone with a large amount of stamina, then you're going to need to be pretty much impossibly quick. You pretty much cannot reactively deny anything based on what transition there is or takedown, whatever. If you don't have a lot of stamina, same thing with, there's a stat disparity. For instance, if you have Khabib with a 96, I think he's a 96 on top, versus another Khabib who has a 70 off his back, you pretty much can't reactively deny a single transition in the game. I think this is a huge problem with how the grappling works, and I'm going to be taking up with the developers for UFC 3. I think stats weigh really heavily when it comes to grappling. Whereas striking, it doesn't really matter if you got like 10 less power, 5 less power, you make up for it somewhere else. But if you have a severely large deficit in stats, then you're going to be really screwed when it comes to the grappling. Which is why you have, GSP being so dominant at welterweight, John Jones being so dominant at light heavyweight, Mighty Mouse, all that. So the variables are really important. Another kind of wild card is what TV you play on. If you play on a monitor, you have a really high refresh rate, and if you play on like a 50, 60-inch widescreen TV, reaction denials are going to be a lot harder. Still possible, but they're going to be a lot harder because you don't have as fast of a refresh rate. So in order to get reactive denials down, you need to be really confident in what you're able to do. This just comes from playing and practicing and recognizing the factors at play. Let's say you have a 60-inch TV, you know that you're not going to be able to deny certain stuff off reaction, or if they have a ton of stamina and you lack a bunch of stamina, then you're not going to be able to deny them as fast either. You're going to have to go to a different type of denial, which I'm going to get into. So the other type of denial is a 100% reaction, and with a 100% reaction, it's pretty much as soon as you see your opponent move, you are 100% flicking a specific direction, and this comes from tells, past fights, a hunch, whatever it may be. But this is usually how people get the counter guillotine in Sprawl is 100%. That's probably the most common one I can think of, because the reaction time you need is you need to be crazy fast, or you need to just flick as soon as you see them move. And that also plays in when someone has the backside transition in Sprawl from submissive. You will see people take someone's back in Sprawl because they were banking on the fact that you would go up, and since they flicked up, they can't change their mind after they already put in the denial, and so you take their back. There's nothing they can do about it. And you can abuse this in a ton of different ways. I just want to go over kind of the basic stuff for people to know. Also to note, I'm going to assume this is on everything I'm saying about denials is on kind of an even playing field in terms of stats and stamina. So when I say something needs to be fast, when I say that you need to be insanely fast for that counter guillotine, that's with pretty much an even playing field in terms of stats, stamina, GA, So another example I can give of a 100% denial is it actually happens usually with reversals when you predict somebody or you put them on, let's say, going to mount in half guard, and you think they're really going to go to mount. So you will flick as soon as you see them move. And by doing this, it shaves off the processing time it takes for your brain to say, all right, he's going this way. I need to go this way to deny it, and then for that actually to happen. So in order to get the reversal, most reversals with an even playing field, you need to be 100% flicking whatever direction that you're putting them on. Okay, so then the last kind of denial is going to be a pre-deny, and this is pretty much every momentum transition in the game. In order to block, a lot of people have problems. They'll say, oh, I can't block transitions, it's not working. Now, it is true that you really can't reactively block certain transitions in the game, but it depends what's going on. Most, if not all, momentum transitions you need to flick before you even see the animation come across. So like getting the leg grab, in order to block the leg grab, you need to put them on the fact that they're going to use that momentum to go for the leg grab because it's so fast. I guess if you have absolutely insane out of this world reaction times, you might be able to get a few of them, but you're definitely not going to get them 100% of the time. I really like this type of denial. It's probably one of my favorites because it really can screw people up, especially when you're low on stamina, or if they have full GA or a ton of stats on you. Then they're really confident that they're going to get a transition, and they're probably not going to try to set it up too much. And this is where people get sloppy. So they'll instantly, just try to take a transition, try to take mount, try to take, go for a takedown or something. And this is where it's really fun because you get to completely shut them down before they were even going to do something. And you're flicking, I'll try to go over it in a different video, the timing to it. It just takes practice. You just have, there's a window that you need to flick and recognize, but that window changes based on the variables at play. I mean, if you have Mike Tyson on your back with 0 stamina versus like a Cain Velasquez and he tries to take mount on you, you're going to be flicking that really soon, like 3 seconds before he even moves or something like that. Whereas if you have maybe half stamina with Nate Diaz off his back versus a full stamina RDA, and he has like max GA, you probably have to flick it about a second before that you see them move. It's just something that you have to practice a lot, and it takes a lot of experience to understand completely in terms of what timing to use. Pre-denies will pretty much be all your denials if you play against somebody with lag that has, let's say, 200 latency, 300 latency, and you need to pretty much be ahead of them at all times and predict where they're going to go. It's pretty much the most frustrating thing in the game, is to be playing somebody that's from somewhere else, not anywhere close to you, and they can have a good internet, they can have a stable internet where you're not dropping any frames, it's not freezing or anything, but there's still going to be that input delay because they're so far away from you. So a lot of the times if I'm playing against someone that's from like Russia, the Ukraine, Brazil, then there's a specific timing that varies based on where they are and their internet connection, and that's why I think people that are foreign have a pretty big advantage against players, because there's a completely different timing that you have to get used to in order to deny them on the ground, and the only way to get used to it is to play only them. You can only play them, because the timing denial, if I play someone from Brazil, is a few, like maybe half a second different from when I would play somebody from Russia, and that is like 2 seconds different from when I would play somebody that's like right next to me or in the United States or something like that. I think these 3 types of denials are really important when it comes to understanding the ground game and getting better at it. I just wanted to get this video out for people that aren't aware. I'm sure a lot of people are learning from this. I hope I broke it down pretty well. I'm going to be putting out another video that's going to go along with this. It's going to be separate though. That's going to go over most of the momentum denials and a few other things that are going to be important for upcoming videos, so make sure to check that out. I think that is all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Alright, he's free. He's putting his hands down on the thighs. He's looking to pass, trying to lock up a triangle. He's got the leg over the shoulder. Now, he's going to pull down on his shin. He got out of the triangle.
Good punch by Cerrone. Nice hammer fist. Postured up.
In half guard.
Hammer fist here by Cerrone. In the half guard. Cerrone with a good punch.
Establishes full mount here. Oh, he grabbed an armbar here.
Almost had the armbar.
It looks like he's got his arm. And he's out. Oh, and he's got a submission locked up.
Round 3 is complete. They may have to stop this fight. Anthony Pettis' nose is a mess.
I do not think they're going to...
Fourth round.
Starting off this round, you gotta think he's probably still hurt from that last one. He's in big, big trouble.
Oh, he's landed at will.
Oh!
Solid right hand.
Big body kick. Hard left hand.
Big shots.
Oh, what a combination. Big straight punch. Powerful jab.
Oh, he's landing.
Oh, head kick.
The kick.
Wow, he is getting off some massive kicks. Hard jab. Big straight punch.
There's a nice combination.
Man, you can tell that shot hurt him bad in the body.
Wow, another big jab scores. He connects with the left.
He's teeing off with some vicious shots.
Big power jab.
Oh, he's out! He's out! He's out! Unbelievable! Look at this!
Just like that. Showtime by knockout.
My goodness!
Wow.
Oh my goodness! Huge hook that got him the victory.
Once again, here's our fight replay.
And let's take a look at the replay. This is the shot that drops him. Perfect technique. He's clearly hurt badly here. Let's take a look at it from another angle here.
Bruce